Yo Rana, and welcome to FM Tahiti. Hope you're all well. It has been 2 weeks since I've actually played this game, or any FM in any kind of way. I've had a busy couple of weeks work-wise. Also been away, been on holiday to Rome. Can recommend, unless you hate crowds, and then obviously stay away from Rome, because it's full of crowds. But that has kind of inspired me potentially for kind of other save I might be doing using a Vatican City team. So if you're interested in that, come back. I'll probably do a few updates on that if I create a Vatican City save. But now on with Tahiti. I think in the last episode you saw us play Tupai. So we beat Tupai 4-0. We also got knocked out of the cup by the Spearheads 1-0. So we're not in the Inter-Island Cup. We can't defend that anymore. We just need to carry on and see if we can make something out of the league. Maybe the Mutiny Trophy, and make a bit of a push, see if we can get ourselves into the OCL. Hopefully, we'll have a bit of success with this, but we've got the Eels next. So all our team members, our players are back from international duties. We've got a full kind of complement, which we didn't have in some of the other matches, although we still did alright despite that. We've got Huhi and Eels. So the table as it stands has us in first. So it's just the same as the end of the last episode, really, where we've got 9 points out of 9. The Eels, though, are down here. So they've only played 2. Managed to get 4 points. So this will be interesting. They beat us in the Super Cup. We'll see how they do now. What I'm also probably going to do with these matches as well is I might play one on, I think I have it on comprehensive or extended. I can't remember which set of highlights I've got it on, but it's more than key. I might play one on that and then for the other one go to key, just to keep the episode length down a little bit, because they are getting a bit long, some of these. So up front we've got Janin and Gerard playing together for the first time in a while. Unless I had them playing together against Tupai, I can't remember, I don't think I did. Richards and Waite on the wings, Spearling and Weaver as this kind of centre pairing. Narendona is not even on the bench currently, because we've got Andre, who we're going to give a little run into. We've got Lamb at left back, McIntyre at right, and then Bolton Chant in the middle with Smith in goals. This is our kind of set standard team. But we've got Bothwell, Twig, Stroud, Andre and Douglas, all kind of youth players, or players who've come through our youth. Apart from Andre, who was snatched from Chance's youth. We've got quite a youthful team. We'll have to see how they do. So because this match is against the Eels, I think it's going to be quite play in the normal highlights for this. 25 degrees and drizzling, so it's probably quite humid as well here. Playing at home, and they've got their 4-4-1-1 with Wolf up front, Felix Wolf, who's quite a good striker. Did look at seeing if I could get him at one point before I went to the Eels, and I could not. Did not have a chance of getting him in. And off they go. So I'm kind of glad. Oh, there we go, Jan in. No one there. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we started to get teams breaking away and becoming a bit more dominant, because it gives the league a bit more character. Just wish it was us and not the Eels doing it. Go on, McIntyre. Darren Waite. Probably our first choice, like pairing on the right. Manuel's pretty good. That youth player Twig's alright. They're just knocking around, doing nothing. Hopefully they're going to punt it long now. There we go. Yanin runs onto it. Oh, beautiful. All of that. I like all of that. So we've got them just passing it around at the back until it gets to the point where they can make this audacious hoof forward. And Yanin, that's perfect, wasn't it? So I'm wondering who out of Yanin and Gerard's going to get the most goals this season. Because Yanin had a very good debut season, but so did Gerard the season before that. Gerard still got plenty last season, even though he had a few injuries that kept him out for a little bit. That's a good start. Take that, Eels. Wait's going to see if he can curl it in. He cannot. Didn't really seem right for him at that angle. Problem is with the Eels, even though we're doing well, if we don't get a couple more goals, they could easily get back into it. So the Eels have got that OCL money, and there's a comment on one of the last videos, Pierce, about how the fact it's probably going to take a while for that money to filter through, and that's spot on, really. Whenever they've made offers for players, my players in particular, they've made quite a few offers. They always come in with these stingy zero bids, even though the players are worth technically a couple of hundred, and you might expect a team with like 750 grand investment from the OCL, from the Club World Championship, I should probably say, to actually spend a little bit. Ooh, Smith had that. They expect them to be able to spend, a couple of grand here and there to make sure they get the player they want, but they were just offering nothing. Jan in. Gets in, Gerard. Yeah. There we go. Such a good pairing. I feel a little bit bad for Wallace, who's part of the WAG pairing. Squares it in for him. What else was close? Yeah, the Eels have been really stingy. They have got Halligan, I think it is the most expensive player they did buy. It's valued at quite a lot. Are all their player values quite high? No, Wolf's only 500. 32,000. Oh, see what's going on here. Sorry, I'm still a little bit in shock about the fact they've got a player worth 32 grand. I mean, that wasn't a great 32. He's good, but 14 grand. Yeah, they've got a few players that are worth a little bit of money now, but they're not willing to spend it themselves, which I guess is how you keep your money. Don't want them to get into it. 2-goal lead's good. Just need to shut them out for as long as possible. Oh, Weaver, there he is. Yannin runs on another good long ball. No idea how Gerard got to that. He looked so far away from that. Yeah, they've got some really good players. 27 grand. After this, I might look at our players and see if any of them are actually worth any real money. But I guess their player reps have gone up. Got championships and cups under the belt. So kind of if you make money, then your team becomes worth more anyway. So not just what you invest in, but you can offer slightly bigger contracts, the value's higher, compensation's different, all that kind of jazz. Right, so half-time, 2-0, I'm pretty happy with. Literally said, yeah, I'm very happy with that, and they're happy too, so they should be. Richards might need to come off, because he's not got the best sharpness. Actually, no, sharpness or fitness, he can stay on and become more sharp. What's going on elsewhere? Moorea beating Motuon. Anyway, Pepite drawing. Bora Bora beating Tupai. Smith had that. Nicely held. Taha beating Ace Chance. I think Ace Chance is starting to struggle now. I think they've found their level. They shot up through the leagues with their promotions, but they found a definite level there. Skybright's beating Uapoa. Wolf. It's starting to edge into it. It's becoming more about their possession and their chances now than it is us. Almost feel like I should change to my slightly more defensive 4-4-2, but no, I don't want to do that and then invite them on any more than we already are. Doesn't mean we try and lob it over the top. Oh, Delattre there. Massively valuable player. It's a good ball through. Oh, Yannin, how does he not score from there? That's unfortunate. But Richards put a really good ball through then. So I have nothing really, that one. Right, let's make some subs. Oh, wait, it's bruised. We have no one who can play on the right. I may have made a mistake there. I'll just bring on Twig. You can play on the right. That'll do. No, that's stupid. Bring on Andre. He can play in midfield, and he's right-footed, I believe. I should do it. Bring on Chisholm for Gerard. Get Chisholm some game time. I'd Fred Tisson, real player. Scored some good goals in the recent OCL. In real life, this is. Also has a pretty good record against us in the game. Oh, that's poor. Who is this? Well, he's not a defender, is he? Forgive him for that one. Don't want to see this. Don't want to see that mistake. I know it's a mistake. I don't want to see it. Douglas for Richards. Not as punishment, but kind of as punishment. See how Douglas gets on. Ooh, what's going on there? That was either a very good tackle or we've just been robbed of a penalty. I think it's probably a really good tackle on Chisholm. Interesting to see how they set up. Weaver, any excuse to dive in. I think Weaver might be our most underrated player again. I think every season, I say it last every season. We've done 3, but every season he's pretty underrated because his stats look terrible. His attributes look terrible. Oh, Bolt did well to get that back. We just need to see this match out now. And into Douglas. And he's found himself some space. That would have been amazing. He did all the work himself then, apart from the finish. Go on, Yanin. No, I couldn't quite get to it. If it stays like this, and it should do, now we're almost at the end. Concentrate. Overwhelmed them. If it stays like this, I'll be happy. I mean, it would have been good if we could have done this in Super Cup and got another piece of silverware. Or done it in any kind of cup situation, actually, because we won 2 last season. We're not being great overall. Ball was going nowhere. Interesting long throw. Completely unchallenged. Stop him. Yeah, that might be it. I think we're safe now. Don't want to jinx it, but I think we're safe now. And remember, the key thing is to get all these points ticking over nice and early in the season. If they beat us in the return fixture at the end, it doesn't matter as much. Or it might matter if we're in some kind of title battle, but for the OCL it won't matter, and that's where the money is. We need that money. Kind of getting tired of our team being described as penniless or bankrupt or debt-ridden, because there are penalties. Douglas did a job there. There are penalties in this database for going into administration. I think something like 7 points are deducted, so it's not huge, but it's enough to really ruin a season. There we go. It's not too bad. Pleased with that, everybody. So I'll just have a quick look at their team there. So still top of the table. Bora Bora and Moorea are the next kind of closest there. Bora Bora obviously snuck a title a while ago. Not last season, season before. Moorea had the very first one, so they got championship pedigree. But if you look at the Islanders team, let's look at some of the values. So yeah, 32, 29, 27, 14, 12, 12. So they've actually got, say, half their team are worth $1,000 or more. They've got some valuable players there. If we look at our squad, did I completely get rid of player value? I may have done. Oh no, there it is. It's just the numbers are so small I didn't even register them. So yeah, £500. So if we where is it? So Yanin and Gerard, easily our 2 best players, are worth £275 and £350 each. So a little bit unfair in comparison, but it is what it is. So I'm going to pause and come back for our next match, which should probably be slightly shorter. We are back, and before we get on to the next match, just a few bits to catch you up on, really. So we're at the Bass Islands, or the Bass Islands, depending on how you say it. National page, so 167th in the world, nothing special. But if we look at the schedule, I'm just kind of giving it away up there, but they beat the Tahiti Societies in the final of the Oceania World Cup qualifiers. So we had a Tahiti Bass final, which they won 2-1 overall, so a double-legged affair with Yannick Janin scoring for Tahiti Societies, but that not being enough. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but they came out on top. And in the group stage, Tahiti just pipped New Zealand to it. So it was interesting, which now means the Bass Islands in the World Cup playoff, which will be drawn Friday 12th of November, but we already know that they're going to be playing Honduras. So Honduras were the runners-up, or the best place runners-up in the South American. South American or North American? Probably North American. In the World Cup qualifiers for North America, yep, so the best placed runners-up, so they'll be playing them. So they'll be playing the Bass Islands for that World Cup place. And before we get too excited, they've got some real players. Not many I personally recognise, but that's just because I'm not very good at Honduran football, to be honest. But they've got players worth real money on real wages. Ageing, but to be honest, I don't think the Bass Islands are going to be able to do much against them. But it's exciting. So we'll come back potentially for that. I don't think I'll watch it, but I'll keep an eye on the actual results to see what happens there. Now for us, the last match was against the Eels, which we won 2-1. I then played off-camera against the Exiles in the Mutiny Trophy, it was 3-0, and then drew against Sky Brights 2-2 in a fairly fair kind of match. So I'm going to come back for the match against Moorea now, because they're a big team, so we'll see how this goes. Gerard's been replaced by Wallace because Gerard twisted his ankle, so he won't be fully fit for another 3 weeks, I don't think, is what they were saying originally. 7 days, apparently. That's a little bit off my estimate. So the physio's a bit all over the place. Let's play this match. I've got it down in key highlights now for these sort of second matches. We're no longer top of the table because we dropped those points. We're a game behind. But hopefully we'll be able to get something from this and just keep the momentum going. Even if Gerard isn't playing. Pretty sure Yannin and Wallace can cover things. Waits had a decent scoring run recently as well. Kind of on cue there, my assistant manager recommends that we stop playing long ball. Never going to happen. Was tempted just to fire every assistant manager who said that, but that would actually mean I'd fire every manager because they always say we should play more short ball. I think it's because they don't understand, like they can't understand because it's artificial intelligence, I guess, the percentage nature of long ball. So we are missing a lot of our long passes, but the ones we do get will be really good positions, hopefully. Not much happening when you're on key highlights. We could end up the entire half without anything going on. That was a bit weird then. I didn't quite catch up. So there's Chance drawing with Mouty, Hilheen ahead. Feral Cats drawing with Meow, Taha winning. Oh, half time. So no highlights at all. That's right. Dig in, everyone. They're a bigger team than us still, so take 0-0 at half time, considering we're away as well. So Waite's been on a bit of a scoring run. Spearling got a good goal last match as well. All he's got so far is a yellow card. See much of anything, really. Yep, definitely on key highlights. Just checking it wasn't on goals only, something like that. Okay, this is really dull. Let's make substitutions. Let's bring on Narandona for Spearling. And well, on for weight, get a bit more pace into the side. Let's get Chisholm on for Yanin, just because he's a bit tired from playing his World Cup playoff, or his World Cup final to get into the playoff, which he failed at. A bit disappointing for him. If Tahiti had made it through, I'd have backed them to do a bit more against Honduras than I would have done Bass Islands, but it's not to be. It's going to be a poor draw. Go on, Wallace. Let's do something. What a goal. Not a poor draw, just a boring 1-0 smash and grab right at the end. It was a good general flowing move. He's in the wings a bit, but we waited a long time to see anything like this. It's almost like the keeper tipped it more into the goal. They added more pace onto it with their own hand. So largely, probably undeserved. Difficult to tell without the rest of the highlights. Maybe I won't just keep it on key highlights if this is what it's going to be like. We'll see what it's like in the next couple of games. Hopefully we'll hold on for this 1-0. Cleared. There we go. See where we are after this. I'm going to say special. It didn't look special. So joint with 16 points with Bora Bora. Joint goal difference as well. They must have more full than us. But yeah, there we go. So we'll end here and we'll come back in a couple of matches time to see how we're getting on. I'll probably put more focus on the matches at the start of the season compared to say the middle, just to see how we get on with trying to get into the OCL. But it's not bad. There are only 3 teams who are undefeated currently. Us, Bora Bora and Taha in the league, undefeated that is. Obviously we lost in the cup. Ace Chance doing okay. Catholic doing okay. Malpty, previously promoted side there, alright. Feral Cats, not as good. We'll come back against some of these other teams and see how we do against them. Thanks very much.